Imagine trying to maneuver like a solid 15-foot sheet of glass up a narrow apartment stairwell.
Oh, you can't. It's impossible.
Right? You just can't. Yet somehow, commercial engineers are sneaking screens the size of minivans into standard corporate boardrooms every single day.
Yeah, it happens all the time.
So today, we're taking a deep dive into a spec sheet we got from HDTVSupply for the Draper 254275 SC profile plus fixed frame screen.
That's quite a mouthful.
It is. But our mission today is to figure out exactly how you build a massive commercial-grade visual experience right inside a room. Okay, let's unpack this.
Well, first off, you kind of have to abandon the whole idea of a screen as this, single heavy object sitting in a padded box.
Because we're looking at a display that is 204 inches diagonally, that is 80 by 188 inches.
Yeah, it's massive. And to get that into a room, the real engineering trick is entirely in the shipping logistics.
Yeah.
I mean, the whole thing ships completely unassembled.
Right, so we avoid the whole moving a couch up the stairs nightmare because it's just in pieces. But, I mean, that raises an immediate structural question for me.
Okay, go for it.
If it's incredibly lightweight and modular, how do you prevent a 15-foot fabric surface from just sagging in the middle? Like you're spanning a really huge gap.
Oh, sure. So that's where the sliding hook and loop system comes in. It's not just about snapping a few pieces together.
That's right.
It's all about tension. You're effectively stretching a giant drum head.
Ah, like pulling it tight from all sides.
Exactly. The system lets you gradually apply outward force across the entire perimeter. So that pulls the viewing surface completely taut over the frame, and it remains perfectly rigid.
Okay, so the modular frame solves getting it in the room, but now you have a totally new physics problem.
Right, the audio.
Yes. Because if you successfully stretch a 15-foot solid barrier across the front of a room, you've just built a massive acoustic wall. I mean, it's going to block or muffle all the sound coming from your speakers.
Well, you've hit on the exact challenge of the ultra-wide 2.35 to 1 Cinemascope format, because you can't just put speakers around a screen that big. If you do, the audio completely disconnects from the visual action.
It feels off, right?
Right. You need the sound coming from exactly where the action is happening on that canvas.
So here's where it gets really interesting. Looking at the specs, the surface is called the ClearSound NanoPerf XT1000V.
Very sci-fi.
Right, and it claims to be acoustically transparent. But wait, if NanoPerf literally means punching thousands of tiny holes into a $6,200 screen to let sound through, aren't you throwing away pixels?
You'd think so.
Doesn't that completely ruin the image quality?
Well, what's fascinating here is how it plays with human perception. The NanoPerf material basically acts like a high-tech sieve.
Okay, wait, how so?
It allows the acoustic pressure waves to pass right through the material without reflecting back into the wall cavity. But those perforations are microscopic.
So you can't actually see them?
Right. At normal viewing distances, your eye just naturally blends the reflected light together. You don't lose the visual fidelity at all.
Wow. So the image looks perfect, but the sound waves originate from the exact physical spot on the screen.
Precisely. You are perfectly aligning the audio and visual geography.
That is wild. But let's look at the price tag for a second. It's currently $6,262.
Yeah, it's an investment.
So what does this all mean? Like, for you, the listener, why would a home theater or a corporate boardroom invest in this exact fixed frame model when high-end projectors and blank walls already exist?
Well, it's because of what happens at the very edges of this Draper Profile Plus model. It features a zero-edge borderless design.
Okay.
It uses these extruded aluminum baffles. It's what the industry actually calls a mullionless display.
Wait, achieving a true mullionless edge at 204 inches without the frame bowing inward? That must require an incredible amount of structural integrity from those aluminum baffles.
Oh, absolutely.
Because they have to hold that drumhead tension right to the very millimeter of the edge.
They do. And because they hold that tension without needing a thick outer boundary, you can push multiple screens directly together.
Oh, wow. With no gap.
Absolute zero visible separation. You aren't confined to just a single 204-inch image anymore.
So you just tile them.
Exactly. And if we connect this to the bigger picture, it fundamentally changes how we approach interior architecture. I mean, we're moving away from the display, acting as just an object hung inside a room.
And the room itself becomes the display.
Exactly.
That is amazing. So the logistics bypass the physical constraints of doorways, the NanoPerf bypasses acoustic barriers, and the mullionless edges bypass visual boundaries.
Yeah, it's a total redesign of the viewing experience.
Which leaves us with a pretty wild thought to chew on. If these borderless frames allow adjacent screens to unite seamlessly, masking the structural engineering behind them, are we rapidly approaching an era where our physical walls are entirely replaced by continuous modular viewing surfaces?
It really makes you wonder.
Definitely something to think about the next time you're just staring at a blank wall.